We now have Gunawan Susanto. He's the country general manager for AWS Indonesia. His presentation will be on skills building and the future workforce. Pak Gunawan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Pak Gunawan. Welcome to the Indonesia Education Forum. It's an honor to have you.
All right, thank you so much, IDEF, and then I think we and all the audience. Good morning, good afternoon. Depends on wherever you are at. And for the next 15 minutes, I would like to share with you about how AWS approach and how do we see about the skill gaps in the market, especially with Indonesia, and what are we doing together to support Indonesians, and hopefully can open for further discussions later on, and welcome any feedback as well as potential partnership later. So first, I think what I would like to share is that is looking at the skills, and we know that is for the last 12 months we have seen that many businesses has been forced to change, and they need to move digitally as well, right? How do we see the market shift, not only the consumer behavior, but it's forcing all companies, be it not only the tech startups, but also across the traditional businesses that we are very in need to move to the digital, and that's actually also representing the most important gap that we have, or the barriers that we have for the business to move faster into the digital, which is the skills. We did taking this or learning from Global Knowledge on their survey about what are the most important IT skills for 2020, and there are 10 skills here in the IT today. And if you look at that, all the skills that on the top left chart is cloud computing there, but it's not only about only one side, but what we are seeing in AWS, if we're talking about the modern application architectures, how we are actually developing the software for the futures, talking about the data analytics, talking about the AI machine learnings, it's all about the basics needs is actually cloud computing. Why? Because the cloud computing is actually as a basic foundational to enable these technologies or these services is available for everyone, and providing that capability so that people no need to invest in a very expensive capex, but they can start and consuming very small. We have plenty of some of the local Indonesian companies has been already starting executing and experimenting with the AI machine learning, even that is they are already in the live productions, right? So these are the skills that we see that is coming more and more. It will be required for the future. And looking at that, the little bit data point back in the 2019 on the LinkedIn platform alone, and this is only a LinkedIn platform, I believe that is the opportunity out there is much bigger. There are more than 260,000 cloud related vacancies, and out of these 20% is actually represented in Asia and Middle East, and about 57% is about that about the cloud skills is related with AWS. So what I would like to share here, the point is that is this percentage showing that is at least from the overall 12% job related on the cloud requires the AWS skills, and this is representing only for Asia and Middle East alone. And it's not on what the previous speaker mentioned, Pak Wikan. It's not only about the technology itself, right? And we do realize that is the technologies, the cloud it's important for us to understand about the like AI, Internet of Things. But when it comes to adoptions, the biggest challenge is about the people and the processes. This is a statement from the industries or the a lot of companies overall, right? So how do we then building the people and the processes? Because it doesn't mean that it's a company when they just moving their applications or data to the cloud means that they are already digital or adopting cloud. It's not even a half portion of that. So it is require a fundamental changes and upskilling in the people, and also upgrading or changing the processes inside the company as well. So what we have seen the challenge for adopting or companies or industries adopting the cloud skills on this orange box up there is the technical skills, but we also seeing that is how these professional skills, or maybe using Pak Wikan's um, terms, is the soft skills, not only from the teacher's perspective, but what we are seeing from the workforce perspective, it is that is the changes that people need to adapt, right? Um, of course, I believe that the first point about looking at that, how we need to be virtually available, which is not only working from home, but we need to start from a technical people perspective. That is, we have to be adaptive or get used with the managing all the tasks, managing all the systems remotely and virtually as well, right? So previously, that is a lot of probably the IT people will need to see the servers or this have the is definitely is important, because no matter what, it's the fast changing world will require the data points to become to tell us which are the right direction or the decision to be made. And I think the next 2 points where we see that is the passion for the learning and the change management is critical, because we have seen that a lot of even IT professionals today need to be reskilled in terms of how they need to be adaptive into and adapting the new technology, so that they can be not only surviving in this the new demand, but also accelerate and helping the companies to innovate even further. So um, what we are seeing, how we differentiate the skills is basically everything, or a majority is, well, if we're talking about the digital economy itself, of course that is the majority of the pyramid, the people will be on the bottom of pyramid, where at least with the digital literacy there we can classify them as a digital users. And for those professionals, what we are seeing the gap is how can we support the Indonesians talents in terms of moving from just a digital users and up to the top of the pyramids to become a digital creators itself. So that's where the cloud skills will play important roles, where not only about the how about the users, but also about the practitioner, and at the end of the day becoming the innovators and the creating all these new initiative. For example, like it doesn't, it is very possible today for just a new company or small businesses to use AI or machine learning using, for example, like computer visions experiment and providing a new services, so that they can make the differentiated differentiation of their product or services with them against their competitors in the market today, right? That's actually can be very accessible, and it's practically. So I was off with this for the cloud skill challenge. Number one is the role-based learning paths, because we do realize that this is not only just about learning about the cloud skills, then it is going to be, people will be able to perform the job, but at the end of the day we need to align it with what is actually the required overall skills or capabilities to be able to perform the roles, and then how to validate the skills, and then the programs, which is I will be sharing in quickly in more details, and also the employment readiness, which is what we are trying to provide today is how we can actually also connecting the talents that we have been trained with the local partners, at the same time also connecting with what's the jobs available. Um, on the learning path itself, at least the five key roles or the learning paths that we're providing today, and starting with the very basic about the cloud practitioners up to the architecting on the cloud, and then to become a developer operations and data analytics. And then from the skills validations on the certifications, started with the foundational at the bottom left here, and then the students or the professionals will be able to take more advanced or intermediate level with the associates, and then going to the professional as a solution architect professionals or DevOps engineer professionals, and then moving to the specialty when starting with the database security, machine learning, data analytics, and of course last but not least is the advanced networking. So we are seeing that is a lot more people or the IT professionals are taking these professional certifications so that they will be able to present themselves and validate that they have the skills in the job to perform the job in the market. And our program today, we have the AWS Educate Academy and training and certifications. This is practically, it's all starting from the K-12 or AWS Educate is supporting the K-12 and the students starting age 14 and above, where this is more on the self-paced learning. But when it comes, more advanced for a partnership with the university, a lot of our AWS partners globally also starting to adopt the AWS Academy, where this is a ready-made curriculum, and it's classroom type and also has the hands-on lab and so on and so forth. And last but not least is the training and certifications, where this is meant to be for more on the professionals or those students or they are already graduates, but they if they find that they need to do a lot more professional trainings that they can do with the AWS training and certifications. Specific for Indonesia, what I would like to share with you is that uh, starting 2018 until last year, we actually have been doing a lot of partnership with the different partner locally as well, including Ministry of Educations, Ministry of Manpower, Ministry of ICT, and previously also we worked together with Backcraft, supporting Backcraft program. And typically what we have been training is so far it's annual, previously it's like 20,000 people a year. But having said that, with everything goes to the digital, the first semester of 2021 alone, AWS together with all the partner ecosystem, we have been training more than 20,000 students so far. And what I can share is also an exciting program supporting the Merdeka Belajar from Ministry of Higher Educations. We are actually already working with the 5 universities, and 2 of them is already starting to roll on in this semester, and the next 3 will be starting to roll on in the next upcoming semester. So happy to see that this will be customized program for Indonesia and supporting the Ministry of Higher Education's programs. And I think I'm just gonna skip these 3 details. What I would like to share to the audience here is that in the futures, I mean, starting even from now, where every single businesses needs to adapt and adjust going into the digital and together to address the requirements, even the changes of from the consumer behavior, right? Everything is going to digital. We do realize that it will take not only just 1 or 2 companies or a government alone for filling the gap on the skills. And it is remain true where the potential for Indonesia in the 2025, it is there, but it for the becoming the top 10, one of the largest economy in the world, but that's definitely needs skills, right? And for that matters, I think the partnerships not only with the Indonesia governments and AWS, but definitely a lot more digital partners, the trading partners, and a lot of ecosystem players in Indonesia, including that this hopefully that we can connecting the dots with our customers or partners locally here who needs the jobs or opening the jobs for these skills, so that then to be able to provide a closed loop solutions, and that's going to be also aligned with Pak Wikan's presentations, right? Starting with the curriculum to be aligned with the industries, which is from our point of view in this matter is the cloud, and then providing the various programs up to the level, then connecting with the jobs requirement. So I think that's my presentations. I'm back to you.
Thank you, Pak Gunawan. That was very interesting. We work with AWS in Indonesia, and we can vouch for the quality of work being done.